Joined by Dr. Isaka Souare, expert on governance, peace, security, and mediation in Africa. He's also former special advisor to the African Union's High Representative for Mali and the Sahel. He is currently a lecturer at General Lansana Conte University in Guinea. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Souare. The situation in the Sahel does not look good, with attacks in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. Why are we seeing this rise in the attacks?
Yeah, thank you for having me. There are a number of factors, and some are country specific. Your reporter just mentioned Mali. I think there are three interrelated factors in Mali. One is that there was a continued insecurity, particularly by armed groups, violent extremist groups. And then you have the gradual withdrawal of the UN peacekeeping force. Even though that wasn't an anti-terrorist force, its presence provided some security where it was deployed, and now it's pulling that vacuum unless that is quickly filled by Malian security and defense forces that can be filled or exploited by armed groups. And then a third factor is the return to war, if you like, of some of the former signatories of the 2015 peace agreement. In Niger, the military establishment is busy with the political process since the eruption of the military into the political sphere on the 26th of July. Because instead of being busy fighting, they are busy occupying political positions, and which can be exploited by the armed groups. You saw just 2 days ago the attack in which about 29 people perished. Burkina Faso, the same also. You see the continuation of armed groups attacks, and the latest being what happened in September, early September, in which more than 50 people, the majority military personnel, and the VDP, who are the civilians who were attached to the military coming from the self-defense forces. So you see a number of factors that are interrelated, sometimes specific to different countries.
So how able or unable, just in terms of preparation to be able to deal with security in these regions, how able are the junta leaders in these countries able to maintain security in their regions, or even to bring about security? Because one of the major things that they are dealing with is huge cases of insecurity in those countries.
Indeed, huge cases, and the fact that the insecurity continues, that I think somehow answers your question, that they have not been able to deal with insecurity as wished. Sometimes they manage, particularly in Mali, but also in Burkina Faso. Sometimes they manage to repel some attacks, prevent some, or even subdue armed groups. But the fact that the intervention of the military in the political sphere is bringing another responsibility. Instead of focusing on security and defense, you also have to deal with the political issues, and that could have implications for the command chain on the field. So far, sometimes there have been successes by the military, particularly in Mali and in Burkina Faso, early days in Niger. But the fact that 3 years now in Mali, the insecurity continues with reductions in some places, it signifies that the military officers in charge of these three countries have so far not been able to overcome the insecurity and the other challenges posed to them so far.
Dr. Souare, thank you so